Seriously, what the hell's wrong with you people?
We're bad guys. It's what we do.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Strong Arm Flix. What's up, Jeffrey?
Nothing. How are you, man?
I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro. So much to catch up and talk about. Like I said, man, I apologize to you guys that we didn't do a stream earlier. SnyderCon, one of the big ones, it was pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie. Got a lot to talk about and a lot to say about that and what that may or may not mean. We've got a lot going on, man, just a lot of shit going on. We got this writer's strike going on, and Jeffrey, yourself being a writer, curious to have really let you kind of have your own little section on that and break down what's what and what your thoughts are on that eventually. And, I also seen some stuff today that I want to talk about on the channel. I don't know if you guys, as some of you know, some of you may not, you know what I mean? I frequently watch Big Mouth Mick, Movies TV Med, and, I've been subscribed to him for a long time. And he was, had a video today and he was talking about Edgar Wright and some comments that he made and things that were said. And I want to get into that and all kinds of stuff, guys. But yeah, on my end, Jeffrey, I just been, just working, trying to fix random leaks in my new house and buying new furniture and going here, using my truck, loading up this, getting a couch, getting this, grabbing a table, running, busy, all of that kind of stuff. What about on your end, Jeffrey? I know you've been kind of busy lately. I remember, was it last week? Oh, weekend. I know it was last minute. You've been pretty busy yourself. That's why I was going to do a live stream, and I just last minute, I was like, we'll just cancel it, reschedule it for next week for when my co-host could make it. Well, how's everything been on your end, man? What's been up?
Nothing really. Just been very busy. Last week, I kind of had a very busy work schedule for actual work, so. Yeah, I eventually came home tired, so that's the reason for that. But yeah, pretty much a busy week altogether.
Oh yeah, I understand that, man, because like I said, man, we've just been busy, man, over this way. Slipknot fan, what's going on, brother? Say hello. Hey. He said, halfway through SnyderCon, did you guys get a feeling that nothing was going to be announced?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say halfway, maybe a little past halfway for me, but yeah, we're gonna get to all that. Definitely, guys, definitely. Right now, man, it's just there's so much going on and so little going on at the same time when it comes to this industry. And you guys either understand what I'm saying, know what I'm talking about, or you don't. It's just there's so much going on, but at the same time, there's so little going on. It's something, man. But yeah, Jeffrey, so I wanted to get into this writer's strike, first of all.
Yeah,
it's going on, as everybody probably knows. There's this massive writer strike going on, right? So this is worldwide, correct? And this is it's actually quite serious because I guess the last time this happened, what was it, like around 07, roughly?
Yeah,
Or
yeah, around 07,
yeah,
08.
roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, when that happened, you know, I was probably, well, I was young, but you know, it made a serious impact in the industry, and honestly, it can fuck some shit up, man. That you know, that's that writers guild and all that strike and shit that can shut down movie productions and halt movie productions and television shows and all kinds of industry type shit and entertainment.
Yep.
It's pretty serious, and honestly, you know, I don't necessarily want these delays, but at the same time, I completely understand, you know, the reason for this. You know, writers have been underpaid and, you know, not very well taken care of by the industry for quite some time, and you know, they definitely need jobs, some more job stability and more job security, and deserve to be paid to get a pay raise. Period.
Yep.
For their work, because they're from what I understand and just common sense. I mean, you know, you ain't got a script, you got jack shit. I mean, you can, you know, you don't got a script. Is the story? The script is the movie.
Yep, and really, like, this is really how important the writing process is. Like, a lot of people think that once the word is done, then they go into production and all of that sort of stuff. But the thing is, a writer's job really isn't done until even the production is done, basically, because the writer has to do set visits to write down what the costumes are going to look like, to write down what the movie set of the scene is going to look like. And yeah, like, pretty much, like, even after the script is turned into the studio, like, the initial script, the writer's process isn't done until the movie is like 100% done. Like, that's how important a script writer is, and really that goes into the whole wanting a fair pay thing, because the thing is, a lot of people don't even realize this, is that most writers can't even afford rent. Like, it's that bad.
Wow. Yeah, that's something that I was reading and looking into myself about that, and I was just like, wow, it seems like you would think that people would get paid a lot more money for their work, for stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But I guess not. What is this? I'm trying to get this.
But yeah, you were also talking about, but yeah, this is actually something also very important. Like, I don't know if a lot of people know about this, but the first day of the writer's strike, like, after the first day of this writer's strike came out, the news actually broke that the entertainment industry, like the entertainment industry as a whole, lost $10 billion because of the writer's strike after one day.
You said how much?
10 billion? Yeah, 10 billion.
Woo,
yep.
That's a lot of dollars, man.
Yep. And here's the thing, like, this is like it, you were talking about how they can stop television events and stuff like that. Like, we all know that Blade, Cobra Kai, and Stranger Things season 5, it just got announced that that's being on hold until the writer's strike is done. But the thing is, the MTV Awards show got changed because what was going to happen was the MTV Awards show was going to take place in LA. And the plan was for the writer's strike to take place during the awards show. And then what happened was MTV decided to make it a like pre-tape online online card revealing thing online. So the MTV Awards show went from being a live event to then being a picture reveal type of award thing. So yeah, it's that big right now. And really, like, this is actually something that a lot of people don't realize about the previous writer's strike that happened in 07, 08. Like, you remember, like, a lot of people don't realize that there were a lot of reality TV shows happening around that time. And the reason for that being was because there were no writers. Because the thing is, if you look up those reality TV shows at that time, those reality TV shows didn't have a script because those writers were on strike. So really, all everyone could do at that time for the studios was they could only do reality TV unscripted shows.
Oh, damn! I didn't know that neither.
Yeah, like it was that big. So yeah, with that writer's strike, you got all those reality TV shows that people like.
Yeah. So I'm looking at this right now. Anyway, yeah, I was looking at something with Edgar Wright. And this guy is a British filmmaker. Huh. Yeah, my boy Big Mouth was talking about this guy. But either way, I'm trying to spell his damn name right because I'm a retard, but whatever. I'm like, wait a minute, is it like this or like that? But no, there we go. And then boom. Yeah, just, like I said, I mean, you got to pay the people that are, if the people are worth money, you need them. I seen someone passing along this quote, and I want to see if I can pull it up because I felt this. And this is from back in the day about writers. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see, because this quote was fire. Let me see if I can share. You know what? I seen it on Twitter. So you know what? Let me go ahead and come on. I keep forgetting they updated this shit, and there we go. So, come on. There we go.
Oh.
So anyway, there was this tweet, man, and that somebody shared. It wasn't a tweet, but what was it? I'm telling you, because I know you've probably already seen this, Jeffrey, but this was pretty. I was like, wow. Right here, this one. So this was fire. So the writer somebody shared this on Twitter. I retweeted it. The writer, and this is a quote from 1925 to 1937 from MGM Studios president, Irving Thalberg. The writer is the most important person in Hollywood, but we must never tell the sons of a bitches. Irving Thalberg, 1925 to 1937. Same, and then someone put same as it ever was.
Yep, and that's got
so this is a long running theme, guys.
Yeah.
This is the kind of attitude and treatment that writers have had to deal with, and mindset and thinking. Imagine Hollywood, this big, moving, multi-billion, trillion-dollar industry, and just with all these moving parts, and you need all these people to do their jobs to make one giant, magnificent piece of history or entertainment or however you want to look at it.
Yep.
And this has been what, almost 100 years in the making since since this quote. So I'm not saying that all writers are abused or suppressed or but for the most part, there needs to be, I believe that we need a change, that they need to, I was reading in I know that Jeffrey just broke it down, but, I was surprised when I was reading and seeing that, a lot of these writers, they're having trouble right now with job security, having trouble with the wages that they're being paid, just trying to make a regular living, not even, you'd think that, everybody else on the production team on these big blockbuster movies and stuff, they're sitting in mansions, rolling in the dough, and it's like, the writers are up in an apartment some damn where. Barely being able to pay, living check to check, barely being able to pay the rent, and if they wrote the damn movie, that there's no way, that just doesn't seem right to me. How in the hell are they not sitting on enough dough to have at least job security, if nothing else? That's wild to me.
Yep, and that's...
I get it. I get it, man.
And the person who made that is Scott Derrickson, who made the Black Phone, and really he really does make a lot of great movies as well. So in general, he actually made the first Doctor Strange movie too. He made the first Doctor Strange movie. So yeah.
Listen to this. This is Chris Has. I'm assuming this is some kind of song, unless that he just quoted, unless these were all his words or lyrics, or however you put it. It says, and you may find yourself living in a shotgun shack, and you may find yourself in another part of the world, and you may find yourself behind the wheel of a large automobile, and you may find yourself in a beautiful house with a beautiful wife, and you may ask yourself, well, how did I get here? Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground. Into the blue again after the money's gone. Once in a lifetime, water flowing underground. And you may ask yourself, how do I work this? And you may ask yourself, where is that large automobile? And you may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful house. And you may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful wife. Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground. Into the blue again after the money's gone. Once in a lifetime, water flowing underground. Same as it ever was, same as it ever was. Same as it ever was, same as it ever was. So it's clearly a song.
Yeah.
But it's kind of pretty relevant to this writers strike and Writers Guild, and I kind of felt that as well. And I don't think there's any audio to this, but yeah, I don't think that what the fuck is that guy doing? This guy's on some hard drugs. This guy's tripping.
So Slipknot fan said that's the lyrics from Once in a Lifetime by Talking Hands.
Okay, yeah, see, I don't know nothing about that. Yeah, okay, all right. But I just, somebody shared this. My point was, though, all right, yeah, thank you. But yeah, my point was, though, is somebody shared this in relation to the writer's strike. You know what I mean? And I was thinking about what's going on, everything I've heard. You know, I've got friends, you know, that write scripts and writers, and, you know, I'm not, but I have friends that are. You know, there's a lot of people I look up to that are writers as well. And, you know, so I get it. And just reading, being an outsider on the outside looking in, I just felt, you know, the way that these lyrics were written out, I've never heard the song, but seeing the lyrics wrote out, somebody shared it in relation to the post. I'm like, wow, that's kind of neat. You know what I'm saying? I kind of see where they were going, where they were coming from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With that. But let's Pedro. What's up, Pedro? But yeah, you know, let's see what we got in the building. We the Snyderverse back. Just got off of work. Glad I didn't miss the stream. Glad you could be here, brother. What's up, Pedro? Okay, now I see it. Okay. One day you should make a video bombing these YouTubers that rode off Snyderverse before turning their backs on him. Yeah, you know, I really, you know, sometimes I think about that, and I really do sometimes be wanting to, but at the end of the day, man, you know, I don't want that kind of, I don't want to have to output that kind of energy, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't got large followings like that. And I don't really care about any of that, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to have to deal with a bunch of their pissed off gun fanboys. I deal with them enough. I don't want to deal with them making videos and me having to take time and energy out of my day to respond and to burn the shit out of their ass. Because, I mean, I could do it absolutely, but it's just tiring, like, to the point where I just feel like, you know, we're above all that. You know, that's always been their long running narrative, is that we're toxic, right? So I'm just trying to stay true to me, keep it real, and, you know, and that's it. You know, I mean, deep down, everybody here, including myself, you guys know each and every single person that was, you know, supposed to be down for this. And that's fine if people like, that's okay to like other shit, that's fine. But the people that have just completely did a 360 or a 180, I mean, like a 180 on this shit to the point where they hate the shit, hate the fans, hate Snyder now all of a sudden. Like, you know, I ain't gonna say no names, but, you know, you got fucking problems. I mean, when you got content out there that stems back, and if you can't keep it real with yourself, then how do other people gonna expect you to keep it real with them? You know, at the end of the day, if that's the people that people want to follow and watch and listen to, then, you know, then they're more than welcome to. But, you know, over here, you know, we keep it 100, you know what I mean? And, you know, the things we talk about, the passion that we feel, or even the hate maybe we feel from time to time, but hate's a strong word, I don't like that word. But you know, it's all genuine over this way. And I feel like there's a difference. There's a big difference. People are not cut the same as we are over here.
Yep.
And I'm not talking about all people, you know what I'm saying? There's still quite a bit of real ones out there, you know? But, you know, there is quite a few, even some shockingly, like, close ones that I used to rock with, people that you guys, maybe I didn't, but you guys used to rock with. You guys know who them people are. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that, you know, that's them. You see who's riding this shit for a gravy train and a meal ticket, and who is actually, you know, who's been being genuine with you. And that just comes down to, you know, who do you guys want to rock with? I mean, you guys, you know, you want to listen and take advice and watch content from people that you know are leading you astray, you know, will just say any damn thing to you, you know, just to say it to you. I mean, and knowing they don't mean it, knowing that at any turn they could just flip and turn tail on you, you know, I mean, that's all there is to that. And, you know, it's okay for people to like shit that I don't, like stuff that you don't. That's completely fine. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of things. And in fact, that's another thing I was going to start telling you guys about. You know, I'd like to know, you know, in the meantime, because, you know, we got to get into SnyderCon before I start talking about this, because we haven't addressed that yet, because this is part of that talk that I was going to get to. But, you know, eventually, you know, I want to start branching out on genuine stuff that you know, me and Jeffrey, you know, have interest in outside of it, because, right now things are looking like they're at a standstill, at a stalemate. They don't
Yep.
look great, and they definitely don't look bad. They're actually looking a tad bit up, in my opinion. But for the most part, everything's the same as it was. Like them lyrics, same as it ever was.
Yeah.
We're in the middle, we're still fighting. I mean, that's, but at the same time, it's like in between, we can't miss out on these, on everything else going around us. And like I said, at the end of the day, there's a lot of things, you know what I mean? Like, for one, like I've been always wanting to get into making a video, an actual Strong Arm Flix episode on here about the Incredible Hulk and where the MCU went wrong. I mean, a full breakdown, comparison between the old Hulk, the new Hulk, why it was wrong to recast, in my opinion, about how much more powerful and the differences in their power scale and their set of powers. I wanted to do all that. I also wanted to talk about, there's so many things I didn't do because I spend a lot of genuine energy on this channel for the stuff that I really love. And what I really love comes before all that shit. And, you know what I mean? But with everything just being the way that it is, looking like we're going to have time for me and Jeffrey. We got to figure out a way for me and Jeffrey to be on the same schedule because I want to start dropping videos that are a lot more similar to our live streams that we're doing now, where me and Jeffrey are on there. Maybe they're pre-recorded a couple hours in advance. I can edit them, edit out the dead air, the time, make them, 5-6 minutes long, get us a fire thumbnail together, but it's me and Jeffrey on some commentary together, going back to back, working on something like, a Hulk little video, Hulk episode or something, or Deadpool 3 with my dog, because Wolverine, Hugh Jackman specifically is Wolverine. That's another character and actor that I'm really into, that I've always, and that's, MCU or outside the MCU, I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? That's my dog, man. Logan. Fire. I'd like to Venom. I always liked, Venom. That's my dog. I don't care for the way they did Venom 2, but there was fire aspects and some not. See, and these are all things that I could be making content for you guys and just putting this stuff out. But the thing is, though, is that, there's always so much going on with the movement, with Zack, or there was. Right now, like I said, for quite some time now that it's been a breach, and I see, okay, Warner Brothers they're still wanting to test the waters. They want to keep seeing flops. And in the meantime, that gives us a lot of time, guys, that we can, start breaking down, talking about other shit, because I feel like sometimes I get us stuck to the point where we're perpetuating like an echo, I don't want to say an echo chamber. You guys are not an echo chamber. We are not an echo chamber. But we are perpetuating these people's hatred and bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even though we're not doing it on purpose, it's like there's really not a lot to talk about now at this point, other than wait and see. We're still playing the wait and see and keep fighting and riding it out. Yep. So until we see what's going on, there's no need to after we break down some SnyderCon highlights, I wanted to go over that with you guys and give up my consensus on the matter. There's really no need to keep perpetuating these people, because it's clear that a lot of them just are predominantly present on the internet. They're not putting butts in seats. They're not paying for these products. See, there's like this online little clique of people that don't pay for these products. They're weirdos, man. They're internet weirdos. You know what I'm saying? And I've said this for a while, like, Jeffrey, I've said this, right? Can you imagine, Jeffrey, if, say, for example, which we all like Star Wars over here. I couldn't tell you shit about Star Wars, because I like it, but I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't know a lot about it. I've just been recently. I seen the old movies when I was so young, and every time I was getting ready to get into watching the new movies, all the Star Wars fans are like, "That's fucking trash, man." They were going hard in the paint. They're fighting against the studio, fighting against the man. I'm like, damn, I don't know if I want to see this shit.
That's really the thing you can say about Star Wars. Like, the Star Wars fan base, you're gonna have to be like very specific.
Well, no, there's nothing wrong with the fan base. It's just like.
No, because it's like with Star Wars, there's so many factions of them. Like there's like there's the original trilogy, then there's the prequel trilogy. Then there's the OG George Lucas fans, and then there's like the Disney only fans, and then there's like there are like it's kind of like a mixed bag of Star Wars fan bases. So like when you're talking about like Star Wars fans, I think of it like you need to be specific on which one you need to talk about.
Right, exactly. And see, and I'm just, to be honest with you, I feel like I'm not, what's the word I want to use right now? I'm not educated enough on the factions, on the matter at hand, on the source material, or on people's feelings behind them to interject or to pick a side, so to speak. But I also do resonate hard with them fighting against the industry, the corporate side of things, and the direction they're taking things, because it's very similar to us over here in the DCEU movement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel where they're coming from. It's just been difficult to kind of get into that whole mix to really, you know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say, Jeffrey?
See where the energy is, because to me personally, I do like a majority of the Star Wars stuff except for the sequel trilogy. I still do like The Force Awakens as a movie. I do still say to this day that is probably the best of that is the best of the sequel trilogy. But for everything else, I'm not really a fan of. But I'm also going to say that I also like Star Wars. I also love Star Wars Rebels, and I actually just finished playing Jedi Survivor, the newest Star Wars game that came out. And I gotta say, for a Disney era Star Wars video game, that it's really my favorite that they've made so far. So yeah, big ups to them.
Right on. And Ill Life, definitely, Sil and Sky, they're good people, man. I rock with them guys. I watch their content all the time. Sometimes I'm in the chat, sometimes I'm not. I like them dudes. I'm rooting for them. Them, Mikey, Sutton, all of them. I don't pick sides. I know there's a lot of people that don't like them, and they're very fucking vocal about it. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? I don't judge people over dumb petty shit. You know what I'm saying? I can rock with this person, long as they're genuine and keep it solid with me, that's all that matters. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? We're here to just, have a good time, talk about some shit we love, speculate on stuff, and, talk about, these corporate assholes. It doesn't gotta get so personal. I don't know why people get so pissed off at Sil Nation and all of them guys. Like I said, I'm not here to get in the middle of none of their business or any side of the spectrum, left field or right field. I'm just saying, I've never really got it.
Yeah.
And I'm not here for that. You know what I mean? That's their business. That's the other people's business or whatever. But yeah, they're good people. And I've never had a problem with them. And I've been, watching and rocking with Sil and Skywalker before he made his channel even. And all of them over there, Zack Ryder, that's my dog. So definitely. Slipknot fan, a lot of the rock bands and stuff that I listen to on my end. It's a little bit older. I don't really keep up with any of the newer shit. I'm kind of an old head when it comes to that. You know what I mean? I like, I got like a mix of stuff like late 70s, 80s, 90s, really. 80s and 90s primarily, because that's kind of more my generation. 90s really. But, I grew up in the 90s listening to, with my pops fishing, listening to 80s rock and stuff like that, mid to 80s, late 80s. But, I like, a variety of stuff, Metallica, Led Zeppelin, Meatloaf, AC/DC, Three Doors Down. I even like a little bit of 30 Seconds to Mars because it's got my dog Jared Leto in there. Hit this, their older shit. Green Day, their older shit, like their first 2 albums ever. You know what I mean? A little bit of modern, more punky. That's about as more punky as I get. You know, like I don't really like the punk rock scene, but old school, early on punk rock when they were inventing, as far as I'm concerned, for the mainstream, really that was like, you know, it was like, for me, was like, you know, Green Day's first 2 albums, you know. Pink Floyd, you know, some Nirvana, you know, stuff like that. You know, that's obviously there's some Slipknot fan. There's obviously some Slipknot that I know and like too. Obviously, there is a couple of Slipknot songs I like. You know, I listen to a little bit of everything. Obviously, I'm primarily a hip hop head. Rap and hip hop head. You know, older shit to early 2000s primarily. 90s to late 80s to early 2000s, early 2000s primarily. But there is some stuff that's newer here and there, but it's hit or miss really these days. You know, let's be honest. When it comes to, it doesn't even matter if whether it's hip hop or whether it's rock or it's country. Like, I just feel like nowadays in 2023, they're just in general, they're not making music like they used to. Like, I mean, like in my opinion, I'm not saying that there's not artists, but I mean, compared to how it used to be, where they used to have so much to choose from that was amazing, and their hearts were in it, and people were truly talented and doing their thing. And like now, you'll find like an artist that's dope, but out of 100 artists doing this kind of music, there's one artist that you rock with. Like, that's not cool. Like, to me, that's how it is in hip hop. This is only my opinion. That's how it is in country. That's how it is in rock. And I listen to a little bit of everything. Country, not as much, but even some country I listen to.
Cause like for me, I'm just like you. I listen to pretty much everything, and even right now, I'm actually listening to some stuff that I didn't even know about until last year. Like, I've been listening to German rock and North rock and stuff like that. And these are really like bands that aren't really global. Like, they're really just local in their side of the country and stuff like that. And I'm just finding these guys on YouTube recommendations, and I'm just going down the proverbial rabbit hole on Spotify and stuff, and finding their music, and I'm like, wow, these guys are really good. Why haven't I heard these guys before? And these guys are like very new, and they've got like millions of followers on Spotify, millions of views on YouTube, and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's like, if you're looking for like people who have their heart into the music that they're making, it's like now you have to like really dig around and find it.
Yes. Do I get an echo? I had to take my headphones off. It's making my ears. It's a little hot down here in the basement today.
Oh wow! Yeah, the summer.
Do I still hear the echo, Jeffrey? Or
I'm not hearing an echo.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, man. So this is so. Jeffrey, you cool if we get into SnyderCon?
Wait, what did you say?
I said you want to jump into SnyderCon? Talk about.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if it's the mic or if it was me, but is it like quiet or?
No, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, it's just I didn't know if you wanted to. I wanted to talk about SnyderCon a little bit with everybody. So obviously, you know what I'm saying, SnyderCon 2 came, and it was pretty. I thought it was dope. You know what I mean? The panels were dope. You know what I mean? The fans that were there, from the movement and everything, You know, I seen Sky there. I seen a lot of people there, familiar faces there. I seen Sil there. A lot of people, you know what I mean? Mad Max was there. There's quite a lot of people that you know I interact with and that I watch their content and stuff. I seen there. They got merch sign. I seen Zack talking, having a good time, having a couple of drinks, shooting the shit with fans. That was cool as fuck. We watched the movies side by side. I obviously couldn't be there. That shit sold out like hotcakes, bro. Them tickets for that stuff. You know, early on, I would have loved to for me and you to be able to to have been able to catch some tickets, you know, and just class and some shit. Me and you go there, have a couple of drinks, go chop it up with Zack Snyder. That'd have been cool as shit.
Yeah, that would.
You know, me and Jeffrey ain't loaded by any means though, financially. And them tickets, man, they sold out fast, dude. I mean, it was
5 minutes.
Dude, 5 fucking minutes. But yeah, man. I remember the Man of Steel. So then the Man of Steel watch party that they had, right?
Yeah.
There was a lot of I remember seeing. That was what was Film Junkie. We seen Film Junkie there, chopping it up with Zack. You know, having a drink, asking him questions. We've seen some people that I didn't think really should have been there, in my opinion, just based on some of the behavior that they've displayed that's been real flaky in the past towards Zack Snyder. And that's the only reason why I say that. Won't name him, but is what it is. You know, everybody had a chance, and that's one thing that I love about Zack. He's not us. He's a better man than we are. And that's why we all look up to him. That's why we all look up to the man, you know what I mean? And, I ain't hating on him because, if it was me, hell yeah, I'd want to be there to meet him. Have a cold drink with him, shake his hand, talk and shoot the shit. That was awesome. That was pretty cool. And rewatching the movies, I already obviously got all these movies on 4K. The Ultimate Edition, you know what I mean, of BVS. And, you know what I mean, and the Snyder Cut on 4K and Man of Steel 4K, so I was ready to go, you know what I mean, anyway. And, what's some highlights, Jeffrey, specifically? Because it was so much that went down, man. I know that one of the panels they were talking about Zack Snyder having an early on story idea, and this is something that rubbed a lot of people for some reason the wrong way. They were just wouldn't shut the hell up about it, because Zack Snyder said something about there was a concept early on where he was saying, we could go the magic route, when he was thinking about Zeus and the gods.
Yeah.
But early on, there was an idea like, well, where does magic really come from in this world that we're making? There's the magic exists, but to make it more grounded, there was an early concept. He thought like, well, what's the science behind that? What's the science behind the gods? And really it's like, all the gods were like, basically in his mind, from what I gathered, were like aliens, right? They were far away, and that, the ones that were on our planet were the Kryptonians.
Yep.
Because they already had a history of coming to our planet, and look at all the powers that Superman possesses. And the strength. I mean, he's a god. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, literally think about it. And he had an idea like, maybe what if there was like, like a certain faction, like maybe there was different, we don't know what route he was going to go with it because he didn't break it real down. But to me, it seemed like he was going to like say, like break down like that there was different races on Krypton, like different, each Kryptonian maybe had different sets of similar powers, but maybe they had different powers. And maybe these, world conquering Kryptonians, maybe some of them were good, some of them were in the middle. They scattered out, and the ones on our side of the cosmos, ended up being like one of the ancestors that created the Amazons was Kryptonian or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Technically, that would make Diana part Kryptonian or some shit.
Yeah,
So,
and the thing is, like, Yeah, and the thing is, like, I honestly said that sounds like a pretty cool concept, and the thing is,
But
like, but
concept, right?
the
Again, though,
thing
it's just a
is,
concept. But that's
yeah,
cool. I thought that was cool.
yeah, and the thing is, Zack even said that it was that he scrapped that idea. So
Right.
I see people on Twitter saying like, "Oh, the Zack had the Zack had the gods being Kryptonian in the Snyderverse confirmed," and I'm like, when did he say that?
Stupid.
Like,
Yeah. Like
yeah,
brain dead.
like
You
he
got to be
never
brain
said.
dead.
Yeah, like he never said that he did it. He just said that it was a concept,
Right.
and it was very early on. So, like, I don't think so. With him actually saying that, I think that was him saying that was really kind of scrapped, especially with him saying that was very early on.
Yeah, and you know what else irritates me too, is that was very early on. It was just a concept, a concept idea, man, and he
Yeah,
never went with it. Just like the Bruce, clapping Lois thing, that was just a concept idea. He
yeah,
he didn't go with that. He didn't actually put that in the movie, like write that into existence in his universe. It was just when he was making it, these are concepts, like, you know what I'm saying? Story ideas. Like,
yep,
I don't see what the problem is. That never happened. He never said that happened. He never said that he planned on doing that. He said that it was something they talked about. That was a concept they came up with. So the story that he's created for us so far, that's not what it is. There'd be no way for him to go back and change that shit and now into some different kind of shit. And even if he did, which he's not, and he isn't going to, and what we've got so far is not that. So I don't know what the problem is.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't. But even if you did, think about the MCU, dude. Half the shit they do isn't comic accurate.
Just
Like,
look at
every Joker that we've had is not comic accurate. But people that lose their damn minds over that, dude. Every Joker we've had except for, I shit you not, besides Jared Leto's Joker, whether you hate him or love him, every Joker, including Joaquin Phoenix, is some super fairy tale fucking version that never happened in the comics.
Yep, and that's the thing too. Like, I remember, and I know a lot of people will say go to I want to say to Jack Nicholson's Joker about saying that in the original comics, Joker was a gangster. And the thing is, yes, that's true. But Tim Burton actually said that he wasn't going based on the comics. He actually said that was just a coincidence that it happened that way. So yeah, Tim Burton was just going on coincidence with that one.
Right. So, I mean, like I said, I just wanted to talk about that real quick because that was something that was on the panel. There was a lot of things that were more interesting than that. Like, Zack was talking about how during Man of Steel, either BVS or Man of Steel, it was Man of Steel, where they went up into the sky during that one scene. That what if they showed did he ever think about putting a little blue man on Mars, sitting on Mars?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he said, oh yeah, we absolutely considered doing that. but again, that would have made it like tied his Snyder verses even into different properties, all into a true Snyder verse.
Yeah.
That would have did. You know what I'm saying? The same way how there was kind of like the Watchmen symbol in David Ayer's Suicide Squad, where Harley is like, we're bad guys. Is what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. But again, in Zack's trilogy, did he actually do that though?
No, he didn't.
It was a concept idea, and it would have been cool as shit. I would have, you wouldn't even, it'd been a little teeny little blip where in 4K you could have zoomed in and be like, oh shit, it's Manhattan. So what? Like, how would people get so triggered? So, people just wanted to be able to say, see, yup, that worked as an Elseworld story. Thank God, DCU's in good hands with Gunn. I ride with James Gunn. Yeah, okay, cool. But
like, I don't know if you know this actually, but someone actually brought up the question of if and this is actually something that's really kind of confirmed, because I don't know if you saw the BVS panel with the DJ, Zack, and everyone else on that panel, but someone, I don't know who it was, but someone asked the question that if, and it was a very direct question, is if he would bring the Watchmen to his Snyderverse, and DJ, the VFX guy, he said, he asked a follow-up question, or I think it was either Zack or DJ, the VFX guy, that asked the dude, and one of them, either way, one of them asked him the Doomsday Clock from Jeff Johns, by Jeff Johns, and the thing is, the guy who asked the original question said yes, like that, and Zack and DJ and Zack laughed and said no, we weren't gonna do that. And the reason why that's really a highlight is because DJ, the VFX guy, he, as soon as Zack said no, they weren't going to do that, DJ walked off, like literally walked off of his chair, put down the mic, and what the camera didn't show was he was standing up and flipping off in the air, and pretty much saying "F you, Jeff Johns."
Zod
Yeah.
Just seeing Zod Rider in the building. My bad, Zod Rider. Damn, this is about 20 minutes ago now. Sorry about that. We got Ill Life, Pedro, Slipknot fan in the building. And Zod Rider. Qatar. People are so stuck in their comic book head canon. Yeah, I know. I want to give a shout out to Zod Rider, my brother. He said, hashtag our movie news showed his ass. Pathetic, guys. And listen, I seen all of that. And again, I from time to time watch his content as well. And it just sucks because these guys are so easily swayed. That's the thing that's worrisome to me. Like, if me personally, if I sat around making content all day, right?
Yep.
Stuff that I genuinely loved. If I genuinely loved the Snyderverse, Zack, and all that, right? I wouldn't be so easily swayed every time something happens. Like, the dude goes, I don't know how many times that he starts a video off and he's like, I was being very overreactionary, and I just wanted to say that, and it's like, okay, well then don't be so goddamn over. Why are you so easy to be swayed left or right? Like your shouldn't be, and I'm not saying nothing bad again. The guy is pretty positive for the most part, but recently after the Snyder Con, he's been saying some sus shit. And I'm like, dude, that's why sometimes I'm like, man, but again, I didn't want to call nobody out a name, and, specifically, I don't do that.
Yep.
But yeah, I seen all that over there on, Zod, I seen all that over there on the Twitter sphere. I seen you guys' little interactions and conversations, and, and I seen the post. I seen, again, I'm not trying to preach toxicity and whatever, like I said, I just want this label like off of all of our heads, man. Like, I'm just tired of people like acting like we just, because that's the biggest thing is, like I said, there's just these internet weirdos like Jeffrey, if you didn't like Star Wars per se, right? Would you follow every fucking Star Wars group that there was so that twice a day you could say Star Wars and you, man? Like, that's these motherfuckers do to us though. And I'm like, that is so weird, bro. Like, and it's so many of them too. I'm like, y'all is weird. Like, y'all is real weird. And there's a couple, you know, and it's like, I swear to God, it's like 20 people on the internet that all have 2 burners that makes up 40 people. And them 40 people are super, like, insane, bro. And they're just everywhere. That's what I really think it is. But from the outside looking in, it does look to be like 50 of them. But still, it's like these people are weird, like on the internet, like, and it's not people that show up to support this shit. It's not these people ain't showing up to the theater clearly to pay for tickets. Like you know, you didn't show up for Gunn for the Suicide Squad. You didn't show up for any of these other movies that you're supporting when it was, oh, the Hamada versus this. Thank God, you know, first it was Hamada and Emmerich, right? Were the shit. You know, but they didn't show up for none of their movies. And it's like, no, you guys are just here literally to talk shit to people. Like, to us specifically. And it's like, who hurt you as a child, man?
Yeah, and that's really the thing with me about this whole thing going on with our movie news and the whole thing. Like, to me, like, I get it. Like he keeps saying that he's a very neutral person. But the thing is, like, to me, like, I do get it. But at the same time, if you're saying you're neutral, that means that you're pretty much easily swayed in another direction. Because the thing was, like, because the thing is, like, he could come to one conclusion because I'm gonna use the Snyder thing as a example because it's fresh on everyone's mind. But he could use, like, after the Snyder stuff, right now he's on the whole it's not gonna happen. You know what? I give up. And then, like, let's say maybe a few months later, like after the summer, I don't know, something big happens, and it's like, oh wow, okay, never mind, I'm back on. And it's like, that's really the thing, and I'm not really hating on him. It's just that I don't like the concept of neutrality in a sense.
Right.
Like when it comes to Star Wars, like I said, there's a whole lot of factions on that sort of thing.
Right.
But to me, when it comes to Star Wars, like I like when it comes to, like, especially the Disney stuff, majority of it I don't really like, or I find it very meh. But
Right.
if there's something I really like I actually love Rogue One. I actually love Star Wars Rebels, like I said. I really cannot wait for the Ahsoka TV show. And I love Jedi Survivor. Like, I will admit that Disney with Star Wars in their hands has had some W's. Like, I'm not really, like, I will say what I like and what I don't like. Like, even if there is something that I don't like majority of the time, I'll say, okay, they got a W there. You know what I mean?
Yep. And you know what? And here's something that you know, like I said, for example, like, right, like when I say, like, you know, like, when it comes to, like, straight up people beefing on the internet or drama, that's a different kind of neutral. I don't really consider that neutral. I consider that just staying the fuck out of people's business.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
unless you have an absolute good reason to.
Yep,
That's
exactly.
a mutual respect thing, and something that I was taught by a man that raised me up right. Okay, like, that's just a general rule, like a rule of life, basically, a man code, or however you want to call it. Not even a man thing. It's just in general, right? You know.
Yep.
And you know, but when it comes to, like, public opinion, right, or it comes to you know, things that you like, things that you're a fan of, right? If you're a fan of something, Doesn't matter if somebody else doesn't like it. Who gives a F, right? Like what you like and be apologetic for it. You know what I'm saying? If somebody can't rock with you just because you like something that they don't, like maybe I like, for example, maybe I like Sony's Venom 1. Maybe I didn't care for the second one as much because of problematic issues and how fire I know that movie was, and I know what the original script was, which was R-rated and also kind of satanic and demonic and fucking all kinds of cool ass shit in it. But maybe you guys aren't. That doesn't mean that we can't have some good conversation about it, or not even talk about it if it's touchy to you. Like, it's real simple. Like, but when you're a fan of something, you're not supposed to be able to be swayed to the point left and right. Left, like, okay, I like it. Now I don't like it. I like it. Now I don't like it. I like Zack. Now I don't like Zack. I like Zack. Now I don't like Zack. I like the Snyderverse. I don't like the Snyderverse. I like the Snyderverse. I think I'm going to move on from the Snyder. Like, you shouldn't be swaying so easy in the freaking wind to where as soon as somebody else that you like says something that you different, or you see 10 other YouTubers talking out their ass, that all of a sudden you're like, oh, I gotta change my opinion. No, man. Like, I don't like, quit following these, like, create authentic. If you're gonna create a trend or follow a trend, find one that's a good one. Like, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, a man's really got the word. So it's like, there's other subject matters. You can give this shit a rest for a little bit. You don't gotta start out like apologizing and then going back on your word, then apologizing and going back on your word in every other video, because after a while it makes you look inconsistent. And that's the worst thing you can do in the line of work that you're in. Yeah,
because that's exactly what I did when The Last Jedi first came out. And I'm telling everyone right now that I straight up hate it. Like really, I think there's really no redeeming quality of that movie. But at the same time, after that first initial break, I could have been like everyone else at that time, joining the hate train all the way publicly and all that. But what I did was I decided to take a break and stuff like that, because I knew that it wasn't really good for. I eventually kind of knew that it really wasn't good for my mindset. It was like, man, you know what? I'm really getting tired. Like, I'm really getting tired of hating on The Last Jedi and Disney.
After a while, it drains the energy out. The happiness.
Yeah, and so then I was taking a break, and then I took a break for a few months, stayed off of Star Wars for a little bit, and then I jumped back on, and then to say, hey, let's see what I'm missing, and then I found out that Rogue One was coming out, and then when Rogue One came out, I actually loved it. I do genuinely feel like that's really one of the best Star Wars products that Disney has put out. And I feel like if I was still on that Disney Star Wars hate train after The Last Jedi, I would have hated that movie I would have hated Rogue One without giving it a chance.
All right. Daniel Martin, what's good? T-Flame, what's good? Jeffrey, what's good, fam? But, it's just, let me see. I ain't even, like I said, I didn't even know that. He said, our movie news literally runs an account named Zack Snyder's Justice League. See, I didn't know going behind that. Wow. See, that's what I'm saying, man. A lot of these people that have these big Twitter accounts and these social media accounts, like I said, some of them are friends of mine, some of them are associates of mine, and I don't even know that shit, because at the end of the day, That's their business. They're supposed to be doing it for a noble cause, right? So
Yeah.
I don't ask these questions. I don't need to know that that's my boy running this account to tell y'all to follow that account or for me to follow it. I'm into what I'm into, so I'm going to do what I consider the right thing and participate in events if they're set up right and they're organized right and everybody, we can make sure everybody's on board with it. And I'm like, okay, well, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. Like that's the thing. You know what I mean? And it's just like, wow, I didn't know that. But, it's just, like I said, I get it, man. Like, it's like, if you guys want to just, and I think really what it is, guys, is that I think that a lot of these accounts are, and look, and I want to cut them some slack. I think we need to cut them some slack to a degree, guys. Everybody is cut differently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think what it is that they're big DC fans, just like us, right? But think about it like this, right? There's been nothing groundbreaking that came out of SnyderCon. 2, that we didn't already know. I mean, there was some cool things that, I'm talking about the future of DC, though. The future of the Snyderverse. Them questions still remain without answers. For the most part. Now, I think that with that being the case now, and that being the case leading up to this, and it's been the case, I think that they're at a crossroads where it's either they feel as if they have to feel the pressure from all these shills to get on the James Gunn bandwagon, and because they feel like, the Snyderverse hitting a dead end, that they don't know for sure, so they want to keep making DC content, but they don't, so I kind of get it, and I kind of want to cut them some slack just because of that. I'm not trying to bust anybody's balls at the end of the day. Like I said, you can like both. You can like Gunn's bullshit. I won't. But you can like his shit and like Zack's shit. That doesn't mean you can't make content when Gunn finally gets a damn Superman project off the ground, or actually drops a real movie that he made in the DCU, the new DCU, whatever the hell that's going to be, if that even happens. When that happens, go ahead and make your content on it. That's fine. You don't gotta pick a side or be like, wishy-washy with Zack Snyder or the Snyderverse over that shit. It's stupid. That's you allowing yourself to get sucked into trolls on the internet, toxicity, and shills. Fuck that, man. You're a fan of what you're a fan of. You roll with who you roll with. Don't falter. Don't sway in the wind the second that it gets cloudy out. Like, there's going to be ups and downs. That's life, baby.
Yeah.
But that's just how I feel about it. Like I said, I get it. You know what I mean? They want to make, and I get that. I do get that, but me, like I said, I'll just gravitate away from me personally. I'm not, here and there, if they drop a dope project, even if it's Gunn's universe, long as it ain't Gunn that made the shit and it's in his universe, if it's actually dope, I'll talk about it on the channel, and I'll be honest. I'm like, that was dope. If it was shit, I'll be like, that was dog shit. I mean, it's real simple. You know what I'm saying? Like, this kind of stuff, I see so many debates. I see people doing 180s and starting videos out now, talking about, putting up things, mocking Zack, where you fast forward, rewind 6 months ago, and all the way back, they create their whole channel around it, got large followings now, and now they just feel like this is the way to go. And I get it, they are at a crossroads when it comes to DC. But the thing is that who made it like that for you? Warner Brothers did. We have a common enemy, and I won't even go as far as to say enemy, a common
person, I guess,
person to critique that's causing us all misery, correct? Including creatives that make this beloved entertainment that we love. These directors, these actors, these writers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess this stuff is to me it's child's play. It's simple. It's not that hard. Like, there's ways that you can still, you can still make your new content about this new shit if you think that's what the future is gonna be. That doesn't mean you've got to make a video or a post every other day changing your stance on Zack or the Snyderverse.
Yeah.
Like, you should have to issue an apology every other video. You know, like that's again. But anyway, so anyway, now back to SnyderCon. You know, I was kind of a little surprised that Wayne T. Carr wasn't there. I was surprised we didn't get the Emerald cut, or at least get to see his Green Lantern scene. I was a little surprised that Gal Gadot wasn't there, and it was her birthday. But then again, think about it. Real life, it's her birthday. Girls probably
Yeah.
probably at a bomb ass party somewhere, turning up, getting crunk. You know, like she should be.
Yeah.
But you know, I was a little surprised that they weren't there. But at the same time, you know, we had Ben Affleck show up, we had Ray Fisher show up. You know,
Yeah.
we had, you know, well, we had people in our own community. Syl, we had Film Junkie, we had Skywalker. You know, we had people that we all know that are in our common circles, DC circles, our DC fandom. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. It was cool. It really was. We got to see Zack get tipsy and be a little silly and talk about the movies that he created and the stuff that he loves, have a couple of laughs, watch the movies the trilogy that we love so much.
Yep.
You know, I really think that we missed a certain angle though. And this is something I want to talk to you guys about. And this is by no means, I want to put this out as a disclaimer first.
Yep.
Because I really do think that right now, I honestly believe that something was in the works to some degree, verbally. You know Warner Brothers is, they won't put shit in writing. Fuck no, they won't. Look at what they did, how they did Henry Cavill. In publicly tried to damn near publicly disgraced Henry Cavill and The Rock Dwayne Johnson, because they are shiesty as shit. They know how they roll. They know, no, we ain't putting shit in writing, my guy, in writing. You know, they go off of word, and you just got to take their word for it and hope that you get that shit in writing and they give you a budget before they change their damn mind.
Yeah.
What I understand how they roll now, and how they've always rolled, for what we know. Because, you know, look at that. Last minute, there was absolutely a plan for Henry Cavill and a script in place. There was absolutely a conversation between Cavill, The Rock, Zack Snyder, Mike DeLuca, and Pamela Abdi.
Yep.
Absolutely, about doing Man of Steel 2 and about doing a Superman versus Black Adam movie down the road. And a JSA movie, solo movie. But I'm talking just simply Cavill and Man of Steel, Zack Snyder and Cavill. And last minute, Warner Brothers took their word back. Right?
Yep.
And that's how it goes. You ain't get shit in writing. We're just gonna pretend like that didn't happen. Hey,
And the thing is,
tell James Gunn that we want James Gunn to call Cavill and he break the news to Cavill that he's out of here. We're not doing that.
And the thing is,
back too. That's how these motherfuckers roll, man. And this is why I do not respect Warner Brothers. I do not understand why people shill for them. Because no matter what side of the fence you're on, what are you motherfuckers going to do when they start doing James Gunn like this, huh?
yeah,
Because they're going to feel different. These people, with these newcomers into our fandom, I'll say, or these straight Gunn fans that have always been a Gunn fan, not a DC fan, not a Marvel fan, a Gunn fan. What are you going to do when they start doing James Gunn like that at Warner Brothers? Because they've done way more than just Zack Snyder like that. They have. And all around the same time, and they continue to. They just did it to Cavill. Then they did it to The Rock. Then they did it to Cavill. They did it to Zack. They did it to David. They did it to Patty Jenkins. They did it to fucking, what's her name? The girl that did, her name was... right.
Birds of Prey too, I mean, yeah, they...
Anyway, doesn't matter. Point is, they did her like that.
Yep.
She's a whole different cut of Birds of Prey that she said was the initial version, and it's totally different than what they released. And again, it doesn't matter if we probably still wouldn't have cared for the movie, to be honest. But it's just the point that they don't. Everybody they just sit there and act like, oh, it's just Zack Snyder. It's Zack Snyder. I don't like Zack Snyder. No, mother freaker. This is how Warner Brothers rolls, man. That's the point that people are missing. You know, well, yeah, I'm rolling with Gunn. What are you gonna do when Warner Brothers rolls the over James Gunn? They did everybody else, my guy. What are you gonna do then? Because ain't nobody here gonna be sympathetic. Ain't nobody here gonna be like, yeah, release the gun cut. The fuck out of here. You know? So it's just, I mean, I don't know. But my point is, though, is like, I think that there's an angle that we missed with this SnyderCon too, because I want to say this, okay? Zack said prior to SnyderCon 2 on Film Junkies live stream that the fans have already broke down all the clues that were in the poster.
Yep.
Statue restored. He said, let's talk about this sometime after SnyderCon.
Yep, exactly.
Now,
exactly.
What else I want you to think about? There's no other angle in that poster but a restore message. The amount of hyping up he did and having fucking Darkseid make these cryptic ass messages, get everybody there. There's guaranteed a verbal thing behind the scenes. They're probably not saying shit. They're fighting, struggling right now. Pamela Abdi, Mike DeLuca, and Zack are probably fighting behind the scenes to get something together in possibly a year from now. But to get something in writing, and two people, he needs more than two people to be able to make that kind of a huge ass decision to outrule Gunn, or you know, another thing people don't talk about. What is it, Hamada or Emmerich or somebody? They're still there. They're just not. They're still there in the background in a chair somewhere with a suit on. So they very much have influence in this goddamn company, and they are right. You bet your ass they're riding for James Gunn. You bet your ass they're the ones that put this shit together when they were in charge a year ago to 2 years ago. Actually, 2 years ago, when Gunn was approached by the studio about doing a Superman movie then. Gunn just lied to us. He accepted their terms then and told them, well, this is what I want. I guarantee you. He said flat out, I want to be in charge.
Yep.
And creative control.
And yeah, sorry, but my battery's about to die soon. But yeah, before I go, like, yeah, with him just saying, with Ray Porter still saying, like, save the date, and in the video itself, of that hype video, at that first half, it's there as a plain as view. You hear a woman repeating the phrase "Don't stop." So there was clearly something that was in the works that was probably said verbally, and then something changed at the last minute, because you don't have someone saying "save the date" unless it's going to be something very huge.
Exactly.
Like I still believe that wholeheartedly. Now before I go, again, just want to shout out to the writers out there to continue doing the strike. I know that for the people who aren't really writers and are just really enjoyers, it's really going to be hard for them. But really, just be patient. It's just that these things need to be done. So yeah, for the writers out there picketing and striking, you continue what you're doing and continue doing the work, man. Continue doing the work.
All right, and you heard that from Jeffrey Warfield. He's a writer himself, and yeah, I agree. You know, the Writers Guild or whatever. That's what is it? Is that what it's what it's dubbed?
Yeah, the Writers Guild of America. Yeah,
of America. Yep. So yeah, I agree, and give them the money they deserve, and get them people back to work. Let's all get back to work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, all right, Jeffrey. Thanks for being here. Peace. And so anyway, guys, we're gonna smash this and knock this out of the park and end this up sweet here in a few minutes. But Daniel Martin, exactly 100. We found out the timelines don't match up. People chastise the Snyder fan base for not supporting Black Adam while Gunn started writing a Superman movie before Black Adam even came out. Exactly. And in my opinion, he's been working on his Superman script in privacy for over a year, way over a year. way over a year. I'm telling you, when he was approached by either, I can't remember if it was Hamada or Emmerich, when he was approached then, remember when he talked about that a little bit, but he waited how long until after he was approached before that news came out? He was approached then, and I guarantee you, just like The Rock, and yes, The Rock was trying to work his own agenda, but The Rock was down for the Snyderverse. Flat out. Yes, he wanted to bust his way in. He wanted to be, I'm The Rock, I'm fucking Black Adam, man. You know, he wanted to fight Superman and lose to Superman. So what? He wanted a JSA movie. So what? He wanted a Black Adam movie. So what? Why can't we have all that? And he was like riding for Cavill to come back. He clearly wanted Snyderverse. He forced reshoots into the movie to tie his movie into Man of Steel, Snyderverse continuity. He added David Ayer's Suicide Squad continuity into the movie with Amanda Waller. Okay? He fought, had tooth and nail to get Cavill back in the suit. He ain't in control of what color they saturate the S on the chest or what fucking theme they play in the background. He's not in charge of all that kind of over his head shit. He did what he could do in the position that he was in. And I will say that regardless, he knew it was going to be an uphill battle and he lost it. And I don't blame him because, you know, at the time we didn't know exactly until we seen his movie what side he was on. Regardless of whether his movie was hit or miss or good or bad, we seen who his character was, what side he was riding for. But it was too late because all them assholes that he didn't even like, their names were stamped all across his movie. Everybody that put this movement and this DC fandom through hell for years and years, as soon as the movie started, the credits start when the movie comes on and they start right almost like they're rolling the credits before the movie's over. And they got all these assholes, Jeff Johns, Walter Hamada, Toby Emmerich, just plastered big ass letters all across the fucking screen. Right then and there was already people before that happened that wasn't gonna see it because they were fed up with the studio shit and they were already on a downward trajectory. And as soon as the mother freakers that seen that shit in the theaters, they walked out and left. They walked out and left. And then they told their buddies, don't go see that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's not his fault though. That ain't his fault. And again, I was wishy-washy at first, but I still took my family, my kids, and shit and went and seen the movie, Black Adam movie. But like I said, the point is though, is that, you know, yes, he had an agenda, but he was trying. You know what I'm saying? But much like The Rock, Gunn, you think Gunn didn't have his agenda the second they brought Gunn in? We knew since David Ayer's movie came out that they wanted Gunn so freaking bad, that dirty ass studio. I don't know why they wanted James Gunn's ass bad. And they have for a long time and now they've got him. They wanted Gunn to direct the goddamn original Suicide Squad off rip, but they couldn't. He was working at Marvel at the time, full time. His little shady debacle of tweets and shit hadn't came out yet. And it just wasn't gonna happen, but that's who they wanted to do it. The second that mother freaker became available in them tweets, Warner Bros. Said, hey, get him on the phone. Hey, yeah, James Gunn, yeah, we want you to do the Suicide Squad too. We fired David Ayer, we're gonna fly you in now. And what'd they do? He directed it. They had top sources, and Variety even came out, what was it, 8 years ago, and confirmed the studio was trying to get James Gunn to do the original Suicide Squad. So what'd they do? They got him to do the second one. And then after the second one, somewhere in that time frame, when he was coming into the fandom, coming into that circle on Twitter and shit, and David Ayer's goofy ass was giving him a blessing, stopped the fucking trending event for the Ayer cut so that his movie could get promoted and released without, you know, it being overshadowed by this large movement that was unstoppable at that point, which we could have probably strong-armed the damn studio and got the movie out at that point if we would have just went through with the plan, because Zack Snyder even had, from what I heard, had some input in with the top people that were running the RT Snyder Cut account at the time when they were still hot with fire and had all the movement still involved, heavily involved. The OGs and all the fans united at that point still, like strongly. Snyder Cut just came out not that long ago at that point. Massive win. We were on a fucking roll. and David Ayer wanting to be the good guy, getting cold feet last minute and wanting to be James Gunn's friend and do him a solid, fucked himself, is what it did. And years later, where's the Ayer cut? Still not out. Right then and there, the studio came to him and told him flat out that they wanted to get rid of Cavill. They already had Cavill and Ben gone. They were gone. Cavill, Ben, and they, you know what I mean? And as soon as Jenkins, Wonder Woman 84 came out with mixed reviews from fans and shit, and it didn't do good, and fucking, they instantly then, at some point behind the scenes, Jenkins is gone, and you know what? We've already gotten rid of Affleck. We've already gotten rid of Cavill. Affleck's coming back because Muschietti really insists that we let him come back for a scene or two in his Flash movie that we've been trying to get fucking made for 10 fucking goddamn years. Let him have it. But after that, Affleck's out. Cavill's been done. We're not paying Cavill whatever the fuck it is he wants. Well, you know, we own the character. Cavill can eat a dick. That's the studio at the time. And that's what they did. And Gunn lied and tricked everybody. He told them right then and there that he would, but he had a lot of fucking demands. He wanted a division made so that they couldn't pull this shit on him that they did with Zack Snyder. He didn't care that it happened to Zack Snyder. He just seen, well, yeah, they ain't gonna do that shit to me. That's probably what he said. You're gonna have to create a separate division like Marvel. This is one reason why Marvel is so successful, Warner Brothers. I can imagine Gunn having this conversation with them. Because they have their own separate division, and there's too many hands in the cookie jar over here. This is why your guys' products are coming out fucked up. I'm fucking James Gunn, man. You want me? This is what we need to do. So he worked on all, they're like, all right, well, give us some time. Let's figure out how we can make this happen. So that's what happened, right? Everybody got half-assed on the bandwagon with Gunn. Oh, just let him have his little corner, his little Suicide Squad. And you know, started accepting him into the DC fold, and the fucker was a snake, and he turned around and bit us, is what he did. And he took over, he was fighting at war with the fucking Rock behind the scenes the whole time over the future of the DCEU shit. And he won. And what did he do? First thing he does, Cavill's gone. Snyderverse, it's gone. I'm making this. This is what I'm doing. Ayer cut, sure, David. Yeah, we're friends. Yup. Give me about 5 years to get, you know, my entire fucking universe off the ground. And, you know, maybe we'll release the Ayer cut. Fuck James Gunn, man. But this is what he did. Okay? You don't have to be a fucking genius to fucking figure this shit out, right? You don't. You don't have to be, you don't have to be like, with the information that we do have, with the articles that are verified and the news that's reported on that is verified, not the fucking rumors, that with the time frames that we know, you add all that shit together, you can pretty much, just like I did, piece in the rest of the dots. And you guys know, search your heart, you know this to be true, that this is what it is. That's what I just explained and broke down. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what happened. And anybody else says otherwise is full of shit. Okay? So what I'm going to tell you is that, like I said, I think that's the, you know, and I just don't know why everybody can't be united in saying fuck Warner Brothers. It don't even got to be about James Gunn's punk ass. It don't got to be about anybody. It should just be in general, fuck that studio, bro. Fuck them till they get their shit together. And them being forced, you know, now it's came out that Zack had to go to AT&T. AT&T had to go over their heads to make the Snyder Cut happen. So they didn't even release the Snyder Cut willingly. So basically they've never issued an apology to the fans, an apology to the fucking, to the black actor that they fucking abused behind the scenes. They abused the female. They abused fucking Gal Gadot behind the scenes. Ben Affleck, he just like was a strong, tough ass man and manned it out and drank himself into a fucking coma and popped pills until he was numb and fucking getting overweight and looked half dead in the reshoots to Justice League. And then let them fucking just talk him right out of his fucking movie because he was so over their fucking shit and Zack had been pushed out. He just didn't give a shit no more. So because of that, we lost out on a Batfleck movie that we've been fighting for ever since then. That's what the point is. And my point is, how the fuck can people be excited when this is the same studio? They're rolling the same way. This is the same song. We're not even getting a full reboot. we're getting the same shit. Let's keep the characters that we want that Zack did. Let's say fuck you to the rest. Especially Superman and Batman. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck Cavill. Fuck Ben Affleck. You know what I'm saying? Mainly, fuck Ray Fisher. For sure. For sure, fuck him. And we're just gonna, you know, recast we want. We'll keep these characters and we'll change the tone up. We'll put a bunch of jokes in. We'll brighten the fucking colors and we'll just say, oh, this is a new universe. That's what you're doing. You're doing the same shit, except now you're just fucking blowing the whistle on it. You change it from DCEU to DCU. Why? MCU? DCU. Oh, that's why. MCU? DCU. That's why. Oh, okay. Like it wasn't already blatantly clear that this is what you're doing to the properties, chasing Marvel's success. Now you're going to name it damn near after the MCU. So it's the same song and dance. You're doing the same shit. You're getting rid of Cavill and Affleck. But now Godot. You're getting rid of the Trinity and you'll keep whoever the fuck else will play ball with you from the Snyderverse, and you'll take them and you'll just half-ass do the story, but you'll half-ass rework the story. That's exactly what Gunn's doing, except for his Superman. And I guarantee you, if the Flash is a smash success, he's gonna tweak his script and he's gonna write in Jason Momoa, Ezra Miller, and like I said, we won't know for sure until that Superman Legacy movie comes out, but this is the same song and dance. Gunn ain't doing shit new. He's been appointed to basically have full creative freedom. And they renamed some shit from DCEU to DCU. Woo. You're doing the same shit, my guy. And this is an elaborate plot and scheme that you and these scumbags have had had fucking in the works for years. And we've all known this shit. Like, it's fucking hilarious, man. And then this is last thing I want to say. Well, not the last thing, but Edgar Wright, right? This guy's a British filmmaker. I watch Big Mouth Mick, Movies TV Mad. The guy puts on a hell of a show. It's just him sitting there in his room, but this guy his energy, his entertainment is awesome. And he's a big Snyderverse fan, Zack Snyder fan, and he's talking and he got into it with Edgar Wright. This guy's a big shot over where he's from Britain or wherever. And I don't know much about Edgar Wright. I know that he's a little bit of a big shot from what I hear. But he got into it with this guy, and this guy was saying that James Gunn was God sent to fix the DC universe. And he gets into an argument with him on social media, right? So this guy starts DMing Big Mouth or Mick, Movies TV Mad, and tells him to fuck off. And I was watching this today on his channel, and I thought that shit was hilarious. Because first of all, this is what I mean. Like, how many corporate shills are in their damn bag? How many tricks can they pull out the bag before people realize, like, there ain't nothing changed with this company? They're just trying to sway the public opinion to make them easier for them to accept the bullshit they're about to give us, the bullshit direction they're about to go. They want to make sure that everybody is nice and smooth over and on board. And, it's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. They're going to see. And with SnyderCon, I think there's an angle. Let me get back to the last thing I want to say is I think that we missed an angle, guys, because Zack said at SnyderCon 2, he said, when they were asking about the Joker and Batman, specifically, and Robin, about how he died and that, and Zack basically straight up said, can't remember the exact words he used, he said he wasn't willing to divulge any information about that yet. And basically because, he didn't want to spoil it. So basically he put that out there on some, like, whoa, what do you mean? So you think there's a possibility that you're going to do more Snyderverse, basically. Combine that with the fact that the message that he made was a statue that was restored. Combine that with the fact that he said he didn't want to talk about it till after the event. It's after the event. He didn't say when. He just said after SnyderCon. something is in the works. It could fall apart behind the scenes. It's as fragile as a straw blowing in the wind. A piece of straw. Probably, because it's Warner fucking Brothers. And unfortunately, they own this IP. But what I want you guys to think about, who actually showed up to SnyderCon? Ben fucking Affleck showed up and talked about his Batfleck movie, right? But point is, Ben Affleck shows up, he talks about Ben Affleck and the Joker's relationship, wants to keep it a secret, don't want to spoil it. Says before the event on Film Junkie Live that he didn't want to talk about what the message was behind the poster and the dark side message till after the event. Didn't say when, just after. So again, is there something in the works? One more Snyderverse project that he's trying to do that's Elseworlds, that's a little smaller in scale, not a fucking Justice League, but maybe the Batfleck movie, or maybe a Joker, Batman, and Robin movie. Like, why was Ben Affleck the one there? Why was it the shit pertaining to Ben Affleck, who was by coincidence there, that he said he didn't want to talk about or spoil? What was up with the message that said, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, and then Dark Side, save the date, be there, What was, the message, and then the posters that promoting it, leading up to it, with the Snyderverse thing restored. Like I said, is there some smaller project? Dude, at this point, if it was the Batfleck movie, or it was a Robin and Joker movie, which obviously would have Batfleck in it, is that what he's hinting at? Is there something smaller that, that DeLuca and Pamela Abdi were able to pull, but it's, hinging on Warner Brothers' fucking word, which means jack shit until it actually gets off the ground? Is he wanting to wait a little longer before he says anything to make sure that it's rock solid before he gets our hopes up? And then to where he ain't got to come out and look like a damn fool like they made Cavill do? Is it something like that? I want to know you guys' thoughts and opinions about this shit after this video's over. Replay crew, all that shit in the comment section. Let your boy know. And also, obviously, if you're new, subscribe, share the video, all that good shit, man. Help get your boy to 1K. Let me go through some of these comments now real quick. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, no doubt, we would have never seen Cavill again if it weren't for The Rock. Exactly. Sickness, what's good? What's happening? I know why Air started trying to back up and support Gunn's bullshit. Really? Maybe I'm misunderstanding you, but man, DM me, dog. Tell me. Or you can tell me right on the channel. I don't give a damn. Shit, let me know. Sickness, what's going on? Daniel Martin, Sickness, Integrity 101, Pedro, all y'all. Zod Writer, Adrian. Strong Arm, the Suicide Squad. People swear that movie was a success, and I'm like, how? But how, Sway? How? Did you guys like that? Oh, shit. Oh, I make myself laugh sometimes. Integrity 101, what's up, brother? Zack Snyder Justice League 2 is definitely, without a doubt, going to happen. Look at the big picture. We are winning, and it's not even close. The studio will, 1, grow a brain after The Flash, 2, sell, 3, another WBD shakeup. Exactly. We will, like I said, but that's a big project. I'm thinking, dude, if this is what I'm thinking is more likely, like, in the meantime, though, I absolutely do think that one day we will get that damn Justice League 2. I still mean that. I just don't know how fucking far away that's gonna be. And right now, there's no answer to that. But what I'm saying is, if Zack, think about how long it's been since Zack's produced a DC project for Warner Brothers and released it theatrically, properly. It's been since what? 2016? BVS? Technically? Because Justice League didn't come out. They let him go midway through production because of family death and tragedy. So that he started to film some shit, never got to finish all the way. They took what he had, hired someone else. So when's the last time he actually made a property and released it theatrically without some crazy Snyder cut fucking situation? It's been 2016. So what Zack needs now, with the proof that the Snyder cut, that Zack's found that perfect medium to play that for these corporate assholes, for these media and critic shills, and the fans, the Snyder cut was where it was fucking at. You go look at even Rotten Tomatoes, fresh, certified fresh, like almost 77% certified fresh, and a fucking whopping like 97% fresh audience score. Worldwide, this movie was a massive success. And finally, the haters, the fans, the critics, everybody unanimously was like, that was where it was at, bro. That was fire. Okay? If he had a chance to come back and do something now, it would be a whole different fucking story. I'm not saying that every critic would love it, but it would guaranteed make fucking money. Oh, it would make a lot of fucking money. Maybe it wouldn't make $1 billion. I guess if it was a Justice League project, like a Snyder Cut 2, oh yeah, it'd make $1 billion, guaranteed. But if it was a regular IP, it would make a fucking bunch of money. A regular DC project that's not Justice League level, it would make a fucking fuck ton of money. It would get positive fucking reviews, maybe not super positive, but it would be fresh to some degree. And the fans would make that shit fucking blow up. It would rock and shut shit down, bro. So what I think, a smaller budget for a more contained movie, like the Batfleck movie, would be perfect. So that he could keep the budget down, only need very few, just less than a handful of actors, big names from the Snyderverse, and can continue his direct canon and show and give Luca and Abdi something to stand on. Something small. All right, well, if they could get the rest of the company to sign off on letting him do like a small standalone and Elseworld that's part of his Snyderverse, but it's its own thing, like a Batfleck movie or a Joker and Batman movie or a Robin and Batman movie. Because that's what the reason why I'm talking about this stuff specifically is because that's what Zack was talking about. And Ben Affleck was there. And then even talked about the Batfleck movie. So, I mean, if he can do something like that and keep the budget down, man, because he's got a badass stunt man. He's got Ben fucking Affleck. A lot of the fucking stunts. And if it's not a Justice League movie, he doesn't need a fuck ton of CGI. And he's got his own Stone Quarry now. So he could do half the special effects on his own. I mean, I'm not saying that he should have to pay for it, but I'm saying Zack can find a way to make that work. Zack fucking Snyder, man, is my point. And if he could get that to happen, just get that to happen. Let it come out, let it shake the fucking world. There's no way that they would be able to deny him any longer. They'd have to probably have to give him the keys to the entire fucking kingdom back. And be like, even the assholes that are riding against him inside of Warner Brothers wouldn't be able to, when they seen how much money, the amount of fame that Zack Snyder has rose to since they had him working for them, the amount of properties that he's put out, and then him putting out that Snyder cut, that shit put him on. And then doing Army of the Dead, Army of Thieves, now he's doing Rebel Moon, he's doing a fucking video game, a fucking PS5 graphic video game for Rebel Moon already there. Dude, he's about to start slaying shit. He already is. All the actors that he got famous, or they got famous, the ones that weren't big stars are fucking huge stars. Like, look at Henry Cavill now. You know what I mean? For example, him specifically. Like, I'm telling you, it would change. If I really just hope, and I think that there is something in the works behind the scenes, but it's some kind of verbal fucking agreement shit, and they can't talk about it yet because it's too early. And I think that he has plans to soon enough, maybe. But if not, then, you know, like I said, that's the only small glimmer of hope I see. But until then, really, I was kind of like, wow, I really expected something to come out of SnyderCon. I expected a, you know, hey, we're done, guys. Thank you guys for all your support. Or, this shit's restored, you know, but neither of them came. And I was very surprised at the end of it, trying to digest and process. And then thinking about how he hyped it up, the restored statue, him knowing that the statue is restored, talking about, we're not going to talk about it till after SnyderCon. He still hasn't talked about it. You know, having Darkseid, Ray Porter do Darkseid's voice, him bringing Ben Affleck there and talking about he won't spoil or talk about what happened with Joker and and between Joker and Robin and Batman and that storyline, like something about that, man. I really hope Jared Leto and Ben Affleck and Robin, they need a fucking movie right fucking now. And obviously Deathstroke. That could be two things going on in one movie, bro. Flashbacks. He could find with Zack Snyder. I don't give a fuck. That motherfucker's 3 hours long. Give me a 3 hour long fucking Batfleck movie, bro. With fucking a whole other storyline going on, showing the history of fucking Batman and Robin, setting up, if that movie's successful, going into that even further. Give Jared Leto his fucking redemption, man. Let this man come back as Joker, bro. But, you know, let's jump back in these comments and then, let's see. Yeah, road to 1K, brother. Yeah, you guys, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, hit the like button for your boy and help me get that 1K if y'all can. If you guys would be so kind, that would be amazing. Integrity. My money is on Cavill being in the Flash, for sure. I would be happy with a Snyderverse comic, JL 2 and 3, and an Affleck movie. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, dude, just get, like, literally think about it. Affleck, fucking Batman, is the only one that's not gonna get a movie in the Snyderverse out of the Justice League. What kind of dog shit is that? The best Batman we've ever had on screen from the Snyder, and he's in the Snyderverse, is Batman's not gonna get a fucking movie, but every other character is. What kind of shit is that? Who is their most popular fucking character? Batman. Who is the only motherfucker that they know how to do right, with or without Zack Snyder? I won't say do right, but make successful financially. Batman. Why is it that we can't have a Batfleck fucking movie? It's Batman. Batman sells. Don't matter if he's Snyderverse, if he's fucking Reevesverse, if he's fucking Keatonverse, Batman sells. We're getting an Ezra Miller Flash movie, but no fucking Ben Affleck Batman movie? Why? How? I think they are going to second guess that decision to remove the Cavill scene in the Flash. Yeah, probably. They removed Cavill scenes and he was going to meet at Supergirl. Yeah, I'm waiting for him to remove fucking Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman fucking scenes. Because you see that she didn't promote her being in Shazam at all. She's been radio silent about anything DC related. Because they let her ass go. Did the same thing to Cavill. Also, they should have Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Thomas Wayne. Imagine that scene, him hugging out. That would be, bro, straight fire. If Super Shit Legacy gets canceled due to the writer's strike, that will be glorious. Yeah? Hell yeah. Yeah, and that's something else I forgot to mention, guys. Even the fucking Deathstroke creator said, release that fucking Batfleck movie. Make that shit now. Anything that Affleck did as Batman would outshine the shit out of the studio. And anything they're doing. Anything that they're doing, it would outshine and shut that shit right down. How is Integrity 101? How is WBD going to let the general audience go see a film called The Flash that is essentially DC's No Way Home 3 Spider-Man? Yeah, basically, yeah, You know, all they do is copy Marvel. So, I mean, that's literally all they do. They don't sit around, how can we make a genuine good story that our audience will like? No, they say, hey, let's copy and look what that guy's doing. Let's just keep copying what that guy's doing. Even though we're sinking our studio into fucking trillions in debt. Well, it's all right. We've sold out 3 fucking times. We've had to merge and sell out half the company like 3 fucking times now in the last 4 or 5 years. Integrity, they should second guess that decision for sure. Yep, I agree. They should. The Flash is going to be a smash hit with tons of old characters like Spider-Man, No Way Home. General audience is going to be disappointed if they see every Superman except the best soups of the 21st century, right? I think so, Daniel. Look at the backlash from the Cavill. Cavill is back, then not back, debacle. How do you remedy that situation? Do you put a Cavill cameo back into the Flash and say, see, the door is still open? I think so. Definitely, T-Flynn. The budget for the Rebel Moon movies are under $100 million. It's not a small glimmer of hope. We are winning. Marv Wolfman says, let's see the Batfleck movie. Okay. Hell yeah. Again, look at the timing of SnyderCon 2. It is directly before the most Snyder theatrical DC film since BVS. No post-credit scenes shown. Why? Reconsidering Cavill scenes? Huh. Possibly. My bad, I had to dip for a second. It's like a hostage situation, bro. What's up, JC? How's the week been for you, T-Flame? It's been a hell of a week, man. Long, hard work week. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's been one hell of a week. Weekend's here, and I could not be happier. Let me tell you that much. Got this little sinus cold thing, got over it. Switched to a different position at my job, making a little more money. Kind of like a promotion. Kind of not, but I make more money, so still working on cars and shit. Leaks just spruing up left and right in the basement of my house from different old pipes that need to be replaced. Good house, good foundation, just in a little TLC. Just, you know, when it rains, it pours. Shit always happens when you're least expecting it. So that makes it frustrating, but, you know, nonetheless, it's been ups and downs, I guess. It's been a week. We'll put it like that. Think of how dumb the studio is going to look if they have the best Superman of the 21st century and not even get a cameo. If they already shot a cameo in a post No Way Home superhero world. Right. Yeah. And you know, we've been hearing about them wanting to cut the damn scene they filmed for him for how long? The Flash is going to be a great thing for the Snyderverse fans. I hope so. I hope so. I absolutely hope so. You know, I just really don't understand what's going on with this whole Zack Snyder situation. Guys, we're just gonna have to, you know, I really wanted to cover this a lot more, but I didn't have plane tickets. I did not catch them tickets for SnyderCon 2 within the first 5 minutes that they fucking sold out. And I have to work my ass off. I don't have money or time to really fly anyway. I mean, I could make it work if I would have been able to. I probably could have made it work had I been able to get a hold of them tickets. But so really, I was just radio silence because I had to work my ass off, and I just was there with like you guys was as a fan in the chat, you know, live stream, watching the live streams, syncing my movie up with the movie on there, watching the panels, the guests on there, the fan signing, Zack drinking, Zack telling jokes, a little bit of the guests that he brought talking about shit, and you know, same thing with you guys. And I wanted to get a live stream up a lot quicker than I did, so for that, that's my bad. Jeffrey's been busy too. Last week, I tried to schedule something a little bit last week, and it didn't work out for him. And it was a little last minute from as well. So I was like, well, we'll do it this weekend. So we did. We got that together for you guys. So let's see. I was being real though. That's the best comparison I could give without saying shit. I hear you. I hear you. The Flash will be a stopgap for the Snyderverse, in my opinion. A film with Ezra, Zod, Feyora, probably a Cavill cameo. We have to hold it. It's got to hold us over until we get an official announcement. And you know, and that is a good point. Integrity. I just hope that this company doesn't take advantage of us once again. You know, I don't know if it's a good thing for us to make the movie flop or if it's a good thing for us to all go see it and make the movie a success. I really just don't know. But I really think that I'm going to, just like I did with Black Adam, I think I'm going to go see it. I want to be excited for it. It does look like it's got some good parts, some things that I would have done differently for sure. But, I mean, what are you going to do, right? You know, I mean, and, you know, and to bounce off of that, you know, this might be the last semi-Snyderverse light project that's truly Snyderverse light, kind of like the original Aquaman movie was, coming off the heels of Justice League. You know, that movie was the first Snyderverse light movie ever, and it was a lot more Snyderverse than it wasn't. You know, they brightened shit up, put jokes in it that were trash here and there, but other than that, it was pretty much what it was going to be. James Wan, he was always supposed to direct it. You know, Zack was down with that. He had a team with him because, you know, he's one man. I mean, he can only work on so many projects at one time. You know, as long as they're following his he figured, hey, I'll do the hard work, get the whole JL casted, fucking get their origin out there, get some shit written, and now you guys got this, work with that. Here's a script for this, work with that. You can rework it, whatever, but this part is continuity, don't fuck with that. You know, that's how Zack was gonna do things. That was the plan. And for quite some time, you know, that was going to be what it was. But you know what scene was absolutely reshot in the Aquaman movie? That bar fucking sequence where he was in there, you can just feel it, man. Like, you can feel that was, you know, he got into a fucking fight in that bar with them fucking guys. And they reshot it to make these guys look like fucking, they were gay or something. Like, no offense to anybody, but they were trying to make them look like they were sissies. Not, you know what I'm saying? I need to rephrase that. You know what I'm saying? They made it really felt real James Gunny. They're like, yeah, can we get a picture? And he's sitting there like drinking with his dad. He's like this part scene where he's like, yeah. And he's just smiling, and this smile just keeps going. And I'm like, that's odd. Then the camera switches. I'm like, why didn't the camera switch? Why did it stay like, and then I'm like, they clearly reshot something right here to make him in the bar with them guys. Like, and you already know this is, you know what I mean? Like, they did some retooling and reworking. Don't get me wrong, on that original Aquaman movie. And I guarantee you in the original cut, he got into a fucking bar fight in there. I guarantee you that it was a lot more serious. And something else, maybe his dad wasn't at the bar. Maybe he was still looking for his dad and was worried about him and stressed the fuck out, thinking his dad was dead or something. And some guy came up fucking with him and he was getting drunk and they got into it. He started flexing motherfuckers in there. Because I'm just telling you, go back, because I have the Aquaman on 4K, because it's still Snyderverse. It's their first original Snyderverse-like property. Wonder Woman 1, 100% Snyderverse canon, through and through. Other than that third act that was slightly altered, either way, it was still a good movie. But yeah, you know, it just, yeah, I agree, JC. I wish they'd have kept that too. But I'm telling you, if you, exactly, look at, man, if you got, but look at Daniel Martin, if you go back, you can probably even pull it up on YouTube without having to pop in the movie and skim through it. You see that scene where he's sitting there talking to his dad, though, and he's like sitting there smiling, right? And he's like, and like the scene just keeps going on, though. It's like the camera stays on him, and he's like he don't know what to do. He's like, he just keeps, and then and then it switches, and then them guys walk up, and they're like, hey, like right, like it's like something in there doesn't feel right, doesn't it? It's like they reshot that to add humor, to brighten it up, and make it comedic, to set the tone semi-early on of, you know, once they get the recap shit out the way, the recap of like his origin of him growing up and all that shit and him narrating, and they actually get into the movie, like that happens fairly early on. Like, don't you just feel like, if you guys go back to that scene, I guarantee you they retooled that movie to change it to that tone, to get it more, and I guarantee you that wasn't Juan. Even Juan doesn't have full control, but he had pretty damn much, because he was still was then and still is now, a very respected and talented director and creative. And he is. Again, I absolutely would have had Zack Snyder direct it, but if anybody else was gonna direct the original Aquaman, I wouldn't want it to be anybody else but James Wan. But anywho, that's just my 2 cents on it, guys. But yeah. But yeah, so right now that's what we got. That's what I consider full canon. Man of Steel, BVS Ultimate Edition only. Zack Snyder's Justice League only. Wonder Woman 1, because that goes, it goes Man of Steel, BVS Ultimate, Wonder Woman 1, Suicide Squad Extended Cut, which is the closest we're going to get to the Ayer cut. That's in the collection that I have, 4K. Zack Snyder's Justice League, or no, before Zack Snyder's, let me see. Yeah, Zack Snyder's Justice League, then Aquaman. In that order. That right now, that is the only, anything that's outside of that is bullshit. And right now, I'm keeping the original Suicide Squad 4K extended cut, because there is some true Ayer cut scenes that have been added back in there. Only a handful. That's still not his movie, but until then, I need that as a placeholder, because I still want to see the Jared Leto's Joker, even if I know it's a bastardized version. And see Ben Affleck, and see the quick blink and you'll miss it Ezra Miller Flash scene. And you know what I'm saying? Harley Quinn, how she's truly, the only time she's portrayed correctly is in that movie. Any Harley Quinn appearance outside of the original Suicide Squad movie is trash. They keep retooling her in every fucking movie she's in. She's like playing a different version of Harley Quinn. It doesn't even make fucking sense. And they can't even go with she's crazy. No, that doesn't work, bro. That you guys are on some other shit. Facts. They definitely reshot that to lighten the tone for the movie. Yeah, bro. You know that it was like they were reshooting it, and Momoa was like, I don't know what else to do. Yep. Like, they just made him just cheese his ass off. Smile. Like, you know. Yeah, Gunn bastardized the hell out of Harley Quinn. Definitely. But all right, guys. We're at 2:04, and that's all I got for you guys today. I'm gonna get out of here. It's the weekend. I appreciate all you guys coming to the channel. See me and Jeffrey Warfield. We're gonna start dropping some more Strong Arm Flix episodes, not live streams, episodes on you guys' ass. And we're gonna start branching out, trying to do a variety of content, as well as obviously keeping up with what's going on. But right now, until we hear some news from Zack Snyder and divulges what the meaning was in that poster, why he was refusing to, why is he still not wanting to say what happened to Joker exactly? but what happened between Batman, Joker, and Robin exactly. Like he didn't want said flat out, he didn't want to spoil it. Why is there hidden messages in the poster that hint at a restore? Why is it that he said he didn't want to talk about that till after SnyderCon? Them are all burning questions that we need answered, and all we can do is wait on the man, Zack Snyder himself, to answer them. So other than that, guys, you know, again, drop them comments in the replay if you haven't catch this. As Sil and all them say, replay crew. So all them over there saying I like that little W, and that's pretty neat. But yeah, replay crew and all that shit. You know, when you guys see this, you know, drop your comments down in the comments section, like the video, help your boy get to 1K, man, please. Road to 1K and all that good stuff. But yeah, man, I seriously appreciate each and every one of you. Daniel Martin, Integrity, you know what I'm saying? JC, Zod Writer, Sickness, all of y'all, man. All of y'all. Ray. What up, Ray? Pedro, Adrian, all of y'all, man. Slipknot fan. Ill Life. Now we gotta get sometimes we got Chubby Teddy Pop Monster Productions up in here. Ain't seen him in a minute. Couple other people. I wanted to get my boy on here. We got Jeffrey on here tonight, but want Brandon Pittman. No Brandon Pittman tonight. Hopefully he can slide through at another date. Love to get Brandon Pittman back on the panel and back in the chat with us. You know, yeah, man, and we got to get Will Rollins on here sometime, man. Definitely. South Cali guy, we got to get South Cali guy back. You ain't seen him in a minute. Yeah, but yeah, guys, I don't know how, but yeah, trying to, you know. I appreciate you guys rocking with us, man. We're gonna keep it 100 over here on this channel. No flip-flopping. We ain't doing no fucking 180 and none of that fucking fugazi shit they be doing over on other channels. You know, it is what it is. Stay true, stay strong, stay fighting, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.